Continuing from the previous episode 350. The meteorite in the depths of the Xuanling Emperor Pond, even if it is my strength, can't detect the reason, but I believe that you will find something. Yu Zhan also said slowly to Xiao Yan, and then looked at the Golden Dragon King on the side. Mysterious meteorite. The Golden Dragon King also sank slightly, then muttered in his mouth. Then I would like to thank my seniors. Xiao Yan also said respectfully. After all, the Xuanling Imperial Pond holds such treasures, and I am afraid that even the Xuanling Imperial family does not know. He. If you can promise my last wish this time, it can be considered that I owe you a favor. As for these little things, it's not worth mentioning. Yu Zhan also refused. Obviously, the Golden Dragon King promised to save his daughter. Good thing, so Yu Zhan will also try his best to help Xiao Yan. If you want to enter the Xuanling Emperor Pond, the first thing you need to do is to get 9 formation stones, so that you can overcome the 9 fish play dragon formation guarding the center of the altar. By activating the 9 fishes playing dragon formation and defeating the silver dragon, you can also enter the Xuanling Emperor Pond. But if you want to enter the second floor of the Xuanling Emperor Pond, it won't be so easy. You must get the token of my Tianmu fish clan to enter. Yu Zhan also said, the token. Xiao Yan heard the words and slowly returned the dark brown conch that had withdrawn the ring. Yes, this is it. This conch is called the Voice of the Sea, and it is a genuine fairy artifact. Yu Zhan also said with a slow smile, obviously appreciating the conch in Xiao Yan's hands. Fairy artifact? Xiao Yan's brows were furrowed when he heard the words. Obviously, after receiving this conch, Xiao Yan had felt it. There was no aura in this conch, it was like a normal thing. Xinya 81 Zhang Wian Wang U, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS. Koem, who would have thought that this is actually a fairy weapon? Immortal artifacts. Xiao Yan knows the power of immortal artifacts. If a powerhouse of the same level as Xiao Yan owns an immortal artifact, even Xiao Yan will not be able to defeat it. After all, a mortal artifact, the key to victory or defeat, can already be determined. Xiao Yan didn't know that the ancient ruler of eternal fire in his hand could be at that level, but there was no doubt that even if the ancient ruler of eternal fire possessed an artifact spirit, it was probably a lot weaker than the real immortal artifact. Haha, don't underestimate the Voice of the Sea. This is a genuine fairy artifact. It's just that it is in a sealed state at this time. When I find my daughter in the future, it will also bloom again. Yu Zhan also said slowly. The sealed immortal weapon. Xiao Yan also shook his head. Obviously, he was very jealous of this immortal weapon, but Xiao Yan also firmly believed that the ancient ruler of eternal fire in his hand would become a more powerful weapon than the immortal weapon in time. This time, the 9 fishes playing the dragon formation should have started the 5 fish technique. 5 fish come out together. I am afraid that it is quite difficult for the 6-star Do D powerhouse to deal with it. But you are different. You have the token of our Tianmu fish family, the Voice of the Sea. After activating the Wuyuxi dragon formation, you only need to take out the sound of the sea and sense the guardian silver dragon, and then you can enter the core area of the Xuanling Emperor Pond. Yuxi also said slowly, is the Xuanling Emperor Pond? I'm here. Xiao Yan kept asking about Yuxi with fiery eyes, while his master, the Golden Dragon King, looked around slightly lazily. Why didn't Xiao Yan come out yet? Could something have happened? Mu Yingying also said anxiously. Outside of the silver dragon tray, the 4 figures slowly appeared. Humph! With the strength in the middle stage of the 4-star Do Emperor, to challenge the powerhouse that is comparable to the human 8-star Do Emperor level is nothing more than asking for a dead end. Xiaoshou also snorted coldly and then spoke slowly. You! Mu Yingying was also a little anxious. After all, the 3 of them were all members of the Burning Incense Pavilion, and they were both prosperous. They would never hurt their companions, nor would they leave their companions and run away alone. This is the pavilion training they received on the first day they joined the Fenxiang Pavilion. Don't worry, I can still feel Xiao Yan's breath, he should be fine. Mu Feng also said. Obviously Mu Feng was quite helpless towards this moody Mu Yingying. Forget it, just wait. Let's go first. Da Fati also said. Just after finishing speaking, Da Fati and Xiaoshou also exercised their grudges and poured them towards the golden fish in their hands. With the infusion of vindictive energy in the golden fish between the 2 of them, the golden fish also seemed to be alive, and the fish pupils exuded extremely terrifying fluctuations, and slowly walked away towards the silver dragon. Strange, Xiaoxiu and Da Fatong clearly got rid of us from the beginning. If they got there first, why did they take the one striped goldfish and the second striped goldfish? With the strength of the two of them, it is enough to deal with the 5 striped goldfish. Why? Mu Feng looked at the fish in the hands of these two people, and said suspiciously, Shabu shabu. On the silver dragon tray, there were only 4 fish without pupils, which looked gray, but as Xiaoxiu and Da Fatong had the first and second patterns of fish pupils in their hands, the golden fish slowly returned. After taking the position, the silver dragon also exudes an extremely terrifying aura. It is comparable to the strength of a human 5-star fighting emperor. The 2 golden fish were swimming constantly, and along with the swimming of the golden fish, traces of golden rays of light were constantly radiating from the fish, and then slowly converged on the silver dragon. Roar! The next moment, an extremely loud dragon roar also echoed in this space. Them actually activated this formation in advance. Damn it! Mu Feng also cursed secretly, and then quickly avoided link to www.novelmtl.com. Hoo. The terrifying coercion also instantly permeated the entire space, and then the silver dragon slowly fell off the tray and roared towards Xiaoxiu and Da Fatong. Looking at the appearance, if you want to enter the Xuanling Emperor Pond, it seems that you have to pass the assessment of this silver dragon. A mere beast dares to clamor with my Xuanling royal family. Xiaoxiu also snorted coldly, and then there seemed to be a strange powder in his hand. As soon as he finished speaking, he threw it towards the silver dragon whistling in front of him. Why does the powder in Xiaoxiu's hands have a familiar smell? Mu Yingying also felt the mysterious powder in Xiaoxiu's hands in a daze, and the next moment Mu Yingying's beautiful eyes had a layer of rust. A faint gray appeared, and Mu Yingying's body couldn't help being shaken. Be careful, this is some kind of seductive powder. Mu Feng also slowly said to Mu Yingying beside him. Ha, silver dragon. Just as Xiaoxiu sprinkled the powder, he also found that the surging silver dragon's pupil suddenly turned into a fiery red, and he was immediately overjoyed. Yinlong, kill them! In the next moment, Yinlong also seemed to be controlled by Xiaoxiu's mysterious powder, and then fell with Xiaoxiu's voice, that Yinlong also transformed the target of attack, facing Mu Ying. The place where Ying and Mu Feng were located viciously attacked away. Ask for tickets. Hey, the author is very unlucky, the phone is lost, so the updates will be unstable these days, but there will be no less updates every day. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 351. Damn, they actually did this. Mu Feng also understood at this time why the two chose the weakest 1-pattern goldfish and 2-pattern goldfish. Because with the strength of their 5-star fighting emperor level, the guardians who deal with the 1-pattern goldfish and the 2-pattern goldfish will also be defeated very quickly. After defeating, activate the formation method in advance, so as to control the silver dragon through the mysterious powder. Obliterate the people who burned the incense pavilion here. It's a pity that Xiao Yan, who took the first place in the points plundering competition, is not here, otherwise, you can be wiped out in one fell swoop. But it's alright. A person with a mere 4-star Do-D midterm strength won't be able to jump for a long time. After you die, he will go down to accompany you. Ha. Xiaoxiu's roaring laughter also slowly filled the entire space. Damn it! The strength of this silver dragon has actually reached the level of a powerhouse that is comparable to the perfection level of a human 5-star Do-D. Mu Feng also said slowly. The next moment, Mu Feng's pupils also shrank tightly, because he felt the extremely terrifying wave emanating from Yinlong's body. At this time, Mu Feng was already a powerhouse in the late stage of the 4-star Do-D, but even so, just from perception, one could know the horror of this silver dragon. These people are really cunning. Mu Yingying, who was beside her, bit her lip slightly, then stared at the silver dragon who was roaring towards them both in front of her. With Mu Yingying's current eyesight, she also discovered the conspiracy of the embarrassed Xiaoxiu too. Ho! The loud dragon roar also filled the entire space. Silver dragon! Kill! Xiaoxiu's arrogant voice also filled the air. Xiaoxiu just finished speaking. The next moment, Yinlong's dragon pupil also emits a coquettish red, and the 1-patterned goldfish and 2-patterned goldfish are slowly surrounding, and then, and then facing Mu Yingying and Mu Feng. Attack away, howling with huge and sharp dragon claws, trying to slap the two to death. This volatility. I'm afraid it is at least a blow that is comparable to the perfection level of the 5-star Do Emperor. Mu Feng also pondered a little, then stared at the huge and sharp claws of the silver dragon, and couldn't help speaking. I'll do it. Seeing this, Mu Yingying also smiled slightly. Although this is a silver dragon with a 5-star Do Emperor perfection level in front of her, Mu Yingying also has enough confidence to stand in an invincible position. Be careful. Mu Feng also knew that it would be extremely difficult for him to deal with this silver dragon, so he immediately said, "Yeah." Mu Yingying agreed softly, and then she concentrated on dealing with the silver dragon. When Mu Yingying was slowly concentrating on dealing with the silver dragon, Mu Feng and the siblings were also attracted by him. Within a passage, a man with a heavy ruler walked out slowly, but his eyes also became hot. The person who came was Xiao Yan. Since Yu Zhan and his master, the Golden Dragon King, reached a deal, Yu Zhan also told Xiao Yan a lot about Xuanling Wangqi, and also said a lot about their Tianmuyu clan. Naturally, this matter is also kept in mind. After all, this Yu Zhan is the last patriarch of the Tianmuyu clan, and he must know more than Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan had just walked out of the passage, and the goldfish with 9 lines in his hand also slowly exuded a different look. Xiao Yan opened his eyes wide, and then stood at the top of the 9-fish opera dragon formation, and also had a panoramic view of the scene below. This Mu Yingying's strength, I am afraid it is very close to the 5-star Do Emperor. Xiao Yan knew just by looking at the blue flames around Mu Yingying. Moreover, Xiao Yan did not rashly alert this Mu Yingying, because Xiao Yan, with her outstanding soul power, also found that this Mu Yingying seemed to have ulterior motives. She is using battle to force herself to break through the 5-star Do D. No matter when and where, fighting is the best breakthrough and grinding stone. This is what Xiao Yan has long understood. Xinya 81 Zhang Wian Wang U, Kai 8.1 ZS, Co M. However, with the strength of her vaguely touching the 5-star Do Emperor, she can deal with the 5-star Do Emperor's perfection level powerhouse. Will it be too reluctant? Xiao Yan also murmured, if something is wrong, he will shoot. Because Xiao Yan also used his soul power to discover that the space here seemed to fluctuate strangely. The next moment, the battle between Mu Yingying and Yinlong also broke out, and a dazzling light erupted at the bottom of the basin. Papa! The silver dragon came to Mu Yingying in the next moment, only a few meters away from Mu Yingying. The silver and sharp dragon claws attacked straight away, attacking Mu Yingying's jade neck and go. This seemingly random strike actually contained most of the power of the silver dragon. Because as the silver dragon swung out one claw, the surrounding fluctuations also shook violently. This Yinlong 5-star Do Emperor's perfect level blow, even if I take it, is quite difficult. It seems that this little girl will definitely die. But it's a pity for this figure. Xiao Shou also stared at Mu Yingying with a smirk. Haha, isn't it? Mu Yingying also seemed to have noticed Xiao Shu's extremely wretched gaze, and immediately snorted coldly, and then the next moment, Mu Yingying faced the silver dragon's claws. Mu Yingying moved. The azure flames all over her body instantly turned into a suit of azure armor, which surrounded Mu Yingying. The azure blue armor is attached, and Mu Yingying's almost perfect graceful curves are also on display. Immediately afterwards, Mu Yingying's beautiful eyes also turned into azure blue, and an extremely terrifying wave also emanated from her body. Boom boom boom! The silver dragon waved its sharp dragon claws, and the next moment it also attacked Mu Yingying's azure blue armor. After Mu Yingying transformed the azure flames that had permeated her body into azure link to armor, www.novelmtl.com tilde pupils also turned into azure blue, and then she didn't do anything else, letting the silver dragon and dragon claws be vicious. Attack on his own body. Xiao Yan thought that Mu Yingying was too arrogant at first, but only now did he realize that the terrifying dragon claw was still a meter away when it attacked Mu Yingying. It stopped abruptly, because an azure blue force collided violently with the silver dragon claws. Flaming helmet, Xiao Yan also said excitedly. This flaming helmet is a rather sophisticated method. After all, only a very few people with special flames can use it. Moreover, He also has a lot of requirements for fire control power. Even the current Xiao Yan does not have absolute certainty about the flame transformation helmet. So seeing this, Mu Yingying actually cast it out. She was immediately shocked. And as Mu Yingying's azure flames turned into armor, and her pupils turned into azure blue, a strange aura also permeated out. The breath fluttered, flew out of the 9 fishes playing dragon formation, and flew to the 7th floor of the underground palace. The 7th floor of the underground palace. Endless darkness, accompanied by deadly silence. This breath is Yingying. Is that you? At the end of the darkness, a figure penetrated by countless jet-black chains also slowly opened its eyes like a sleeping giant dragon. Ask for a recommendation. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 352. Boom boom boom. The silver dragon's sharp claws also attacked Mu Yingying's delicate body viciously. The azure flame armor above Mu Yingying's delicate body also exudes extremely hot fluctuations, and then a dazzling azure energy also radiates from her body, blocking the silver dragon and dragon claws abruptly at 1 meter. Outside, Xinya 81 Zhang Wei and Wang Wu. Kai 8.1 ZS. Ko M. Hoa ho ho. The battle lasted for a few breaths, and the next moment Yinlong also burst into a monstrous aura, and the voice contained extremely strong anger. Thinking of its dignified silver dragon, a powerhouse comparable to a human 5-star duty perfection level, it was easily blocked by this woman, and its arrogance as a dragon also had some anger. Humph! Mu Yingying also snorted coldly, and then moved quickly. Although the seemingly simple strike of Yinlong just now was blocked by Mu Yingying also knew that if it weren't for the particularity of her flame power, she would have been extremely uncomfortable. However, although it was blocked, the terrifying blow of Yinlong's dragon claws also had a lot of power to bounce back, causing a lot of pressure on Mu Yingying. Mu Yingying moved quickly, firstly to try to defuse that Hu's impact, and secondly to attack. After all, active offense is the best defense. Then it slowly circled towards the silver dragon. The speed was so fast that several vague figures could not help but appear. I am afraid that even the silver dragon could not distinguish it. Go! The next moment, Mu Yingying's lips parted slightly, and then an azure blue flame spread out from her hand and then bounced straight at the silver dragon. The moment the azure flame just appeared, a rare trace of exhaustion appeared in Mu Yingying's beautiful eyes. Yinlong didn't dodge the slightest bit, as if he was extremely arrogant, and he was indifferent even if Mu Yingying's attack hit him. Boom boom boom. Yinlong didn't move, and Mu Yingying's attack was also a vicious attack on Yinlong's abdomen. As soon as the azure flame touched the silver dragon, it suddenly exploded, and a hot aura like magma permeated the entire space, and the temperature in the entire space could not help but increase a bit. Chi Cheng Chi. Yinlong's originally arrogant head, the moment Mu Yingying's azure blue flames hit, also exudes a sense of fear in his arrogant pupils. With a single blow, a conspicuous blood-colored hole appeared in the abdomen of this extremely powerful silver dragon. Oh shit! How can Mu Yingying's flames possess such terrifying power? Xiao Yan, who was standing at the top, also muttered. Originally, Xiao Yan felt that Mu Yingying was trying to be brave. After all, although this silver dragon only had the power of a goldfish with 1 stripe and a goldfish with 2 stripes, it was still comparable to the strength of a human 5-star Do Emperor. The strength of the Emperor's perfection level is probably difficult to fight. Xiao Yan has already made preparations. If this Mu Yingying is in any danger, she will come to the rescue. After all, the 3 of them are also in the same camp, and they can't just die. However, the next moment Xiao Yan's thoughts were self-defeating. Because this Mu Yingying flame is so terrifying. Not to mention that this Mu Yingying is already able to transform into a flame armor. Just because of this, I am afraid that her fire control power is comparable to Xiao Yan. Flaming armor, this is an extremely clever means of defense. Just like Xiao Yan, who has cultivated and mastered the power of the soul to a certain extent, it is like using a soul attack. Immediately afterwards, Xiao Yan also discovered the fear of Mu Yingying's azure blue flame. He actually burned a conspicuous wound in the abdomen of the silver dragon, which is comparable to the perfection level of the human 5-star Do D. With such a terrifying burning power, I am afraid that even the new flames created by the fusion of 23 kinds of different fires in Xiaoyan's hands do not have such terrifying power. It seems that this Mu Yingying is very difficult. Xiaoyan also recovered after a short period of surprise, and then began to look at this Mu Yingying carefully. However, it is normal for Xiaoyan to come here. After all, if it wasn't for the discovery of the twin ghost emperors in the infernal corpse forest, there is no doubt that Mu Yingying would be the first in the points competition. So now Xiaoyan thinks back carefully and realizes that he seems to have underestimated this Mu Yingying. The power of this flame. I'm afraid that Xiaoyan is more reckless than Xiaoyan. Mu Feng was worried about this Mu Yingying at first, but the next moment, when Mu Yingying injured the silver dragon, she was relieved. It seems that Xiaoyan and Mu Yingying have a lot of strength. Mu Feng also sighed inwardly. Damn it. Xiaoshou also cursed secretly, and then said to the Yinlong, "The car is wasting time. Kill her." Just as Xiaoshou finished speaking, the silver dragon's red pupils changed drastically, and the next moment, the red pupils disappeared without a trace. Yes, it's just that disdainful look in Yinlong's pupils. And the focus of those eyes is exactly where the two Xiaoshou brothers and sisters are. Xiaoyan. Xiaoshou also stared at a man with a heavy ruler in front of him. Haha. It's not rude to come and go. A big gift for you. Xiaoyan also smiled slowly. After finishing speaking, the goldfish with 9 patterns in Xiaoyan's hand also slowly jumped into Yinlong's body. With the addition of the 9-pattern goldfish, the aura of the silver dragon suddenly soared. 6-star Do D. 7-star Do D. The Yinlong's breath continued to soar, and the belly that had been attacked by Mu Yingying with a big hole slowly returned to its original state. Run! Xiaoshou also seemed to have found something, and desperately moved towards the silver dragon tray. There seems to be a slightly small passage on the tray where the silver dragon was originally entrenched. In the passage, there is a golden yellow, and the sound of the turbulent river is also slowly emitting. Haha! Since you can't come, why do you have to leave in such a hurry? Xiaoyan also laughed. The next moment, a force mixed with extremely terrifying attacked the two fleeing Xiaoshou. Wangchen Tianwu. A voice containing some anger also sounded slowly in the entire link to space www.novelmtl.com/shabu shabu. The terrifying soul attack instantly attacked the two brothers and sisters Xiaoshou, and then the next moment, the two brothers and sisters of Xiaoshou also stagnated for a moment, and Yinlong did not miss this opportunity, opened his *** mouth, and faced the two of them for a while. Attack! Let's go! Xiaoyan shouted at Mu Yingying and Mu Feng after finishing all this, and then a suction force also attracted the two of them. Xiaoyan pulled them up and hugged them in the passage. And enter. However, no one noticed that the mysterious conch in the voice of the sea in front of Xiaoyan's chest was also short-lived, and then disappeared without a trace. Cough cough cough. Damn Xiaoyan. You actually did something good to me. I will never forgive you. Xiaoshou also looked at the 3 people who were strung into the tray aisle, and roared. Because Xiaoshou knows, where? It is the real entrance of the Xuanling Emperor Pond. Brother. Fatih also looked at his brother helplessly. Let's deal with the silver dragon first. The strength of the 7-star Do Emperor level, I am afraid that even the two of us can't deal with it. Xiaoshou also found the silver dragon whistling towards the two of them, and immediately did not hesitate. Ask for tickets. Ask for a guaranteed monthly pass at the beginning of the month. Now it is a double monthly pass, 1=2. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 353. Boom boom boom. Just after entering the tray where the silver dragon was originally, an indescribably huge aura emerged. Xiaoyan. Mu Yingying also seemed to have noticed something, and immediately shouted loudly, but the next moment, Mu Yingying and Mu Feng, who were being held by Xiaoyan's left and right hands, were also attracted by a burst of irresistible suction. This Xuanling Emperor Pond still has such spirituality. The two who were watching were dispersed by an invisible suction force. Xiaoyan was not worried. The power is also enough for them to get all kinds of benefits. This seems to be the second floor of the Xuanling Emperor Pond. The next moment Xiaoyan also began to look at the so-called Xuanling Emperor Pond. The so-called Xuanling Emperor Pond, in Xiaoyan's opinion, is more suitable for the Xuanling Emperor Sea than the Xuanling Emperor Pond. Because the place where Xiaoyan is now is an isolated island. In the outermost part of the isolated island, there is a familiar formation, the Space Teleportation Formation, which is exactly the same as the Space Teleportation Formation on the first floor of the underground palace. The only difference is that the teleportation formation in the underground palace has a huge range of tens of meters, while the formation on this isolated island has a range of only a few meters. With his excellent perception, Xiao Yan can also realize this. The formation seems to have not been used for a long time. Looking up, the turbulent sea water was constantly slapping at the isolated island where Xiao Yan was located. As for the color of the Xuanling Emperor Pond, it is also colorless and transparent, and has nothing to do with golden yellow. It's really a strange place. Xiao Yan also shook his head, and then did not hesitate. Although the area of this isolated island is not large, it is indeed not small. According to Xiao Yan's perception, the area of this isolated island is probably a few square meters. Kilometer. If you come here, let's be safe, let's take a look around first. Xiao Yan also knew that this was the Xuanling Emperor Pond, so he didn't get impatient, but walked slowly, ready to look around. Forbidden place? Xiao Yan was just at the very edge of the isolated island at first, and he didn't pay attention to this. As he got closer, he realized that this place seemed to be the entrance to the isolated island. And there is also a very inconspicuous stone tablet at the entrance. Above the stone tablet, the two characters of the forbidden area also stand slowly on it. This is. The next moment, Xiao Yan also realized that there was the sound of the sea conch in his hands. Xiao Yan was inexplicable. He didn't summon this thing. How could it appear out of thin air? Could it be that mysterious suction just now? Xiao Yan also murmured. The three of them had already arrived on this isolated island just now, but the mysterious suction force scattered Mu Yinying and Mu Feng. And now that the conch appeared, a large part of the reason was that the conch repelled that Hu suction. So Xiao Yan was still here now, otherwise, he would have gone to the first floor of the Xuanling Emperor Pond with Mu Feng and the others. The second floor of the Xuanling Emperor Pond can only be visited by those who possess the token of the Tianmuyu clan. It's no wonder that Senior Yu Xuan said that you must have the token of their Tianmuyu clan to enter this place. It turns out to be true. Thinking of this, Xiao Yan was relieved. It's okay to be separated. Xiao Yan also muttered to himself. After being soaked in the Xuanling Emperor Pond, Mu Yinying was probably expected to break through to the 5-star Dou Emperor. As for Mu Feng, her strength has grown by leaps and bounds since she came out of the Yin Corpse Forest, so it would be great to stay here for a while. Putting away his thoughts, Xiao Yan also walked slowly. According to what Yu Zhan said, the mysterious meteorite is in the core area of this forbidden area, but the area of this Xuanling Emperor Pond is very large. If you want to find this forbidden island in this Xuanling Emperor Pond, you can even it's harder than going to the sky, let alone entering the core area of this forbidden area. Because just finding this forbidden place is thankless. The lush grass filled in front of Xiao Yan, showing the shape of a line. Xiao Yan also slowly became vigilant, because Xiao Yan knew that this place would definitely not be an easy place. Just by Yu Zhan's 3 entrustment before, he could know that this forbidden place is definitely not easy. To make Yu Zhan, who is as powerful as the 8-star Dou skill perfection level, be so vigilant, there must be some secrets that ordinary people don't know. It seems that the plants here have never been seen in the outside world. Xiao Yan was not in a hurry to enter, after all, the unknown is the most terrifying. Instead, he slowly probed next to the stone tablet engraved with the word, Forbidden Land. Next to the stone tablet, there is a path, and there are many plants on both sides of the path. These plants, without exception, are triangular in shape, with thick roots and pointed tops. But the strangest thing is that they grow together in groups, very dense, trembling with the wind under the sound of the sea slapping on the rocks. Strange. Xiao Yan also let out a doubt, and the next moment, milky white flames also filled his body, and he stared vigilantly at the strangely shaped grass. He is really a sharp boy. A very immature voice also appeared slowly. Who is it? Xiao Yan was shocked when he heard the words, because just by listening to the voice, the person who spoke should be linked to young www.novelmtl.com, but what surprised Xiao Yan the most was the source of the voice. It doesn't look like it's emanating from these plants. Rather, from the sea. I haven't had anyone come in here for years. Big brother, would you like to play with me? As soon as he finished speaking, a shadowy figure appeared on the sea. This is. When Xiao Yan just saw this beautiful figure, he didn't have time to think, and ran into the forbidden area without taking a break. Why are you running so fast? People won't eat you, Qian Ying also said coquettishly. The next moment, Qian Ying's coquettish hatred was over, replaced by a heavy one. But the old guy inside will eat you. It's a pity that you are such an elf little guy. The girl like Qian Ying finished speaking and returned to the sea. What are you running for? She won't eat you again. Xiao Yan ran into the forbidden area, and also hurriedly stopped, and then slowly looked around, and the ancient ruler of eternal fire also appeared in his hand. Long Yi, what do you know? Just now, I felt an unheard of pressure from that girl. Xiao Yan also said slowly. And I still remember that Senior Yu Zhan said. Xiao Yan also said slowly. What did the old guy whisper to you at the end? Long Yi also asked curiously. In the Xuanling Emperor Pond, there is a witch. If you meet her, just run away. Otherwise it's me. I don't have any strength to fight back. Xiao Yan also remembered the last words Yu Zhan entrusted to him. Ask for a monthly pass. Set a small goal first, such as 1 second to remember. Shukju mobile version reading website. Continuing from the previous episode 354. When Xiao Yan remembered what Senior Yu Zhan said, he was panting heavily with lingering fears. The moment the girl appeared just now, the suppressed Xiao Yan was even breathing heavily. Even the soul realm in the body trembled slightly, and it was obvious that he had encountered an unmatched opponent. The witch looks like a girl, but Senior Yu Zhan also said that this witch likes to turn into a girl-like human being, and ambushed around the forbidden area. On the one hand, she guards the forbidden area. Xiao Yan also stopped just a few steps into the forbidden area, and then slowly rested, while staring vigilantly around. I don't know why, but there are no obstacles of any kind on this path, as if someone cleans it every day, it's simply spotless. On both sides of the road, there are also many plants and trees. Xiao Yan also looked back, and after confirming that the witch was not chasing after him, he turned his head and walked slowly towards the tree. It stands to reason that if this tree survives here, the power in this Xuanling Emperor Pond is so strong. I'm afraid that there is also a huge power in this tree. After Xiao Yan thought, he also slowly stretched out his hand, and then faced the trees slowly pasted past. Grumbling. A cold feeling spread throughout Xiao Yan's body. The next moment, Xiao Yan also stretched out his other hand and pressed it tightly. Why is there no power above this tree? The next moment, Xiao Yan also frowned, then withdrew his hands and said solemnly. This is the center of the Xuanling Emperor Pond, so the intensity of power is also extremely strong. If there is no trace of power on these trees, where will their power go? Xiao Yan was also thinking in his heart. The ancient ruler of Yuo Heng exuded a slight warmth, and then Long Yi also slowly turned into a fire dragon and came to Xiao Yan. There seems to be some strange fluctuations in the space here. Long Yi also said slowly. Hearing this, Xiao Yan also turned his head, and the next moment, a huge soul force emerged instantly, trying to spread out and probe into the forbidden area. Shabu shabu. In the blink of an eye, the power of Xiao Yan's soul that emerged was like a moth to a fire, and it vanished in an instant. The space here actually devours the power of the soul, as if there is some mysterious power that is blocking my perception. Xiao Yan also pondered, and then glanced around constantly to prevent any sudden changes. Long Yi, did you find anything? Xiao Yan asked after thinking to no avail. No, it's very strange here, I can't feel any fluctuations. Long Yi also replied, since the ground doesn't work. That's the sky. Xiao Yan's eyes also lit up, and then he suddenly triggered a fire in his body. Milky white flames filled his body, and then the next moment, Xiao Yan was like a bow on the spiral, suddenly facing the fly to the sky. Cuckoo! In one breath, Xiao Yan also flew to a height of 5 meters above the ground, and then the next moment Xiao Yan accelerated his speed and was about to increase his speed. A deep repulsion in the sky also pushed Xiao Yan down. Bounce it back. So Long Yi also saw a rather funny scene on the ground. Xiao Yan, who was 5 meters away from the ground, exuded milky white flame fighting energy. At first, Xiao Yan slowly flew towards the sky. After flying 5 meters, Xiao Yan also found that there was no change, and immediately accelerated the speed. Then the funny scene also appeared. Xinya 81 Zhang Wei and Wang Wu, Kai 8.1 ZS, Koem Xiaoyan just accelerated his speed, but the next moment it was as if he had hit a piece of cotton. However, this piece of cotton was not soft, but extremely terrifying. Xiaoyan's terrifying speed was immediately bounced back by force. Then he sat down on the ground, causing a burst of dust, causing the whole person to be disgraced, making Long Yi laugh and laugh. It's really strange. Xiaoyan was also quite helpless. He had already been very careful just now, and only accelerated after flying 5 meters without any change. How could he have thought that he would be forcefully bounced back by this mysterious space? No! Xiaoyan's pupils also changed rapidly, and the next moment Xiaoyan also suddenly walked towards the entrance of the Forbidden Stone Monument behind him. Don't be like that. Xiaoyan also prayed in his heart at this time. The next moment, Xiaoyan came to the entrance of this Forbidden Stone Monument, but found that no matter how much he struggled, he could never get out again. Cannot go out. Can't lift up. This is undoubtedly imprisoned on this isolated island. It's troublesome now. Xiaoyan also returned to the original place, and then said to Long Yi. When Long Yi heard this, he remained silent. After all, even Long Yi didn't know how to do this kind of thing. The space here seems to be forcibly isolated. Jinlong's voice also appeared slowly. Master. Xiaoyan was also quite helpless. On this isolated island, that Yuxuan said that the forbidden land of the Tianmuyu clan is true. But that Yuxuan never said that he couldn't get out. He couldn't ascend to the sky. From the time I entered the 9 fishes playing dragon formation, I found that the space here is also quite strange. I think it is because of the formation link to technique www.novelmtl.com that your body of Do D can't be used. Jinlong also said slowly. What? Hearing this, Xiaoyan was also shocked. If it is said that he can't go to this forbidden area and he can't ascend to the sky, Xiaoyan can still calm down a little, but if he can't use his body of Do D, Xiaoyan can't calm down. The reason why Xiaoyan was unable to lift off in this forbidden area, and was unable to leave without panic, was largely because he possessed an immortal body, a 10-rank fighting emperor, so he was not afraid to deal with these. Because Xiaoyan knew that if he had used his immortal body, he would not dare to say that he was invincible, but he would definitely have no problem in protecting himself. However, after his master said these words, Xiaoyan also became flustered. If you can't even use your immortal body, is it really a dead end to be trapped here? Hee. Don't be too busy to be discouraged. Although you can't get out of here, you can't ascend into the sky, but even the body of a fighting emperor can't be used. But who said we were going out? You forget me. Why are you here? Jinlong's confident voice also slowly comforted Xiaoyan. Xiaoyan heard the words, and the dark brown pupils also shone with dazzling brilliance again, and then he no longer hesitated. He carried the ancient ruler of different fire and took a slow pace, also slowly advancing towards the path. Since there is no way out, then it's better to take one step at a time. Xiaoyan also smiled slowly. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter.